One of the great mysteries of the world. Hey guys, today I've got another Hormel Compleats. This one is cheese manicotti with meat sauce. So before we get started, please subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and tell all your friends. So this is the Hormel 60 Seconds Compleats. It's the same series, I guess. Same series as that Dinty Moore beef stew. But this one is cheese manicotti and meat sauce. Delicious cheese stuffed manicotti in a robust tomato meat sauce. With 12 grams of protein and no artificial ingredients. Let's see. Instructions for the microwave is vent tray, microwave for 1 minute, and let stand for a minute. Then remove the film, serve, and enjoy. Pretty straightforward here. Let's see what's inside. If there's anything exciting. Tomatoes and juice. Pork. Let's see if there's any other. Nope, it looks like it's just pork. So I guess the meat is just straight up pork. I don't see any other kind of meat in there. There's all kind of different cheeses though. And it's got a big 900 milligrams of sodium. So that'll be fun. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get cooking. I'll be back in about a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. It only took 60 seconds, like the box said. I'm not 100% sure what a manicotti is. I kind of thought it was like a ravioli, but not, sealed on the edges. But I figured there would be more of them, but it looks like there's only like 3 of these things in here. The meat sauce is very meaty, but there's only 3 manicottis. It does smell very hearty, like that beef stew. But I'm not sure that there's enough food in here. But we'll have to see what happens. I've been surprised before. Let's see. The sauce has a very thicker taste to it, if that makes any sense. It's a lot, I don't know, I keep using the word hearty, but that's the best way I can describe it. Like the Chef Boyardee kind of stuff, it's a very sweet sauce. This is at the same time very sweet, but it's also like well spiced, I guess. You can taste like the meat in it and some of the different flavors in it. The actual manicotti, it doesn't look super appetizing, but it tastes pretty okay. The pasta part is a little mushy, and I'm not sure the filling. I was kind of expecting something a little bit more, melty. Though I guess it looks like it's just stuffed with, some kind of cheese, but like ricotta maybe. I'm not really tasting the cheese too much. It's mostly just the tomato sauce. I like the texture of the cheese. It's kind of gritty, but not like in a bad way. I can see it a little bit better. So that's one whole manicotti there. It's about the size of two of those raviolis stuck together. The Chef Boyardee and the Ann's raviolis. But there's only 3 of them in this little thing. And this, I guess it's only 290 calories for a tray. So one serving. But I feel like the Chef Boyardee had a lot more stuff in there. There's a little bit of peppery going on in there, but not overly. It's mostly really just like a really robust marinara kind of taste. I'm really enjoying this meat sauce though. Don't get me wrong, it's not like it's bad. It's just unusual. Not quite what I was expecting. Let's see what kind of cheese it is. Let's see, it says water manicotti. The manicotti is split up into the dough, the bread. Oh, here we go. Ricotta. So yeah, it is ricotta. Breadcrumbs. Ricotta and Parmesan and breadcrumbs and Romano. So I guess it's a bunch of different kinds of cheeses. It says Romano comes from sheep's milk. I didn't know that. Ricotta is from whey and part skim milk, which I guess is cow milk. And the Parmesan comes from skim milk, so that's cows again. But then Romano just says sheep's milk. So this is also Parmesan and Romano cheese, and it says it's got Parmesan and Romano cheese, pasteurized part skim milk, skim cow's milk, cheese cultures. This one doesn't say anything about sheep's milk. So what is Romano supposed to be made out of? Sheep or cow? I don't have an answer to that. Does sheep milk come from the same sheep that they get wool from? Do you milk a sheep like you do a cow? I don't know if I've ever paid attention if a sheep has udders or not. You know, they have those like milking barns at a dairy, but like little ones, because the milking machine one's probably about this big and they just stick onto the udder. So sheep are much smaller than cows. I imagine that the udders and therefore the milking machines would be like a lot smaller. One of the great mysteries of the world. For someone who likes cheese so much, you'd think I'd actually research some of this, but I guess I just like eating it. You don't usually want to know too much about what's in your food. I mean, I kind of do. I find it's interesting, but it's like if you ever see how they make hot dogs, you'd never want to eat a hot dog again. But I love hot dogs, so it doesn't matter. Like I saw this video about McDonald's chicken nuggets and how they made chicken nuggets. And what they do is they grind up the chicken breast and put it through, a meat grinder to make a paste. And everybody's like, oh, that is so gross. It's like this pink paste. How could you do that with a chicken nugget? It's like, that's not a big deal. It's just like a regular hamburger, ground beef, but it's like ground chicken. I don't care though. Nothing's good for you these days. Unless you grow your own food in your own dirt with your own water that you made yourself, everything's polluted. You can't guarantee how natural something is, even though you grow it with your own two hands. You got to use potting soil, and who knows where that comes from. Or you just plant it in your yard, and your yard is full of like acid rain and stuff, and tap water has lead in it. You can't avoid it. But that's just kind of how the world is these days. So I don't even care. I mean, I don't even try. It is what it is. I eat stuff that tastes good. You can try to eat things that'll kill you slower, but ultimately you gotta die something, right? Hopefully that something won't end up being, high blood pressure from all the sodium I've been eating lately. But if it is, oh well. Everybody's got to go some kind of way, right? Well, that got depressing, but what wasn't depressing is this cheese manicotti and meat sauce, because it tasted pretty good. It was a very small serving, relatively speaking. I think it'll keep me going for a couple hours. Overall, I don't know that it's enough for a whole meal. It's not nearly as much as, say, a can of SpaghettiOs or a can of ravioli or something. That being said, it's not in a can, so I didn't have to dirty up another plate. I do have to, wash my fork, or my spoon. I guess you could eat it with just your hands, but that would get a little bit messy. So, I don't know that I would call this a dinner portion, more like a lunch portion. I would give it a thumbs up for a lunch, quick lunch. Put it in your purse, put it in your backpack, put it in the drawer at your desk, pop it in the microwave for a minute, and it's pretty good for that kind of thing. You don't need to refrigerate it or anything. But for dinner, for a full-grown man, I don't know that it's going to cut it. So I'll have to give it a not quite thumbs up. But it's definitely not bad. It tastes good. It's at a good price point. It has its purposes, but dinner is just not one of the things it's good at. Anyway, thanks again for joining me for dinner, and I'll see you next time.